Hello everyone, this is Darwell20 and welcome to episode 42 of Darwell20's Let's Play of all the mods 7 Skyblock, where I'm getting ready to make myself a matter condenser because I need singularities. I just want to kick this off and then move into what'll probably be the rest of the episode, which is going to be getting into FTB Industrial Contraptions. So let's start with the matter condenser. So this shouldn't be too bad. I just have to figure out where I want to put it. I don't think I need to do anything with it, particularly, if I'm not mistaken. Now, I did read on the tooltip. A simple way to obtain singularity is to pump water into a matter condenser. Does this thing accept fluids? Because that would be kind of cool. I mean, I don't know. We're going to find out. So I'm going to configure you to singularities, 256,000 per item. So I can pump water into here? Can I just, like... Yeah, that just voids the item, right? Yeah, that just voids the bucket. Let's try this with a little bit of laser IO. So on the opposite side of you would be west. We want to extract fluids. And then on the down, we want to insert fluids. Huh. Interesting. So you accept fluids? Well, that's cool beans. So now here's a question, right? You're at 137, 145, 153, 161. So is that plus 8 every time? Right? So now if I bumped you up to 8 buckets at a time, are you plus 64? Yeah, I would say so, right? Now, if we did this, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. Now, if we did this, and we did more of these, please. Oh, really? We're low on quartz, of all things? How are we low on quartz? What's that, soul sand that we need? Probably. Yeah, I saw a bunch of quartz show up in there. Alright, so now... Sweet. So how about on west, we do... extract that, and then I could probably just do it a little bit easier here. Okay. Extract that. Extract that. Extract that. Cool. We're just going to see how ridiculous we can make this. Okay, right? And then on this side of the node, we put in 8 card overclockers. And all those should be running all at once. That's feeling pretty good to me. That's not too shabby. Right? Look at that. Holy cow, is that fast. Holy cow, is that fast. I'll take it. Hey, Singularity, what's up? Nice to see you. So we'll have a stack of Singularities probably pretty quickly here. Not that I think we'll even need a stack, but just for fun, I wanted to see how fast we could make that, and the answer is very fast. Cool. Cool. And just quick reminder, by default, laser IO nodes can transfer 1 card at a time, so adding 8 overclockers brings it up to 9 cards at a time. You don't need 9 overclockers, you need 8 overclockers. So it's the 1 by default, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Cool? And that's per side, by the way. So Yeah. All right, so now what I need to get into is FTB Industrial Contraptions. I need to make an EV solar panel, which converts sunlight into solar panel, right power. We're going to need some antimatter. We're going to need, which I remember making in, and I don't remember that hard, so that's doable. We're going to need some coolant cells. We're going to need some tin, some copper. That all looks pretty much like a crafting bunch. Blocks of netherite. So what I think we need to do is get into this mod, get a little room set up. So let's do a little compact machining, right? Because I think we can stick all of this into a compact machine. Yeah? You know what I should consider doing is linking this guy to this guy so we have access to our netherite that we're producing all the time. But I could also just... Oh, did you just happen to... You did just happen to. There we go. I'll just take these 9 netherite blocks and use them for the future compact machines. Cool. Let's get an item frame. And then let's decide what item from FTB Industrial Contraptions we want to represent this. How about the fuse? Does that sound cool? So industrial grade metal is just smelted iron. Is that it? Well, that's pretty easy. So let's get that ready. So I added last episode a pattern provider here, but haven't done anything with it yet. So let's get our FTB industrial grade metal is just this. So in theory, if I configured everything correctly, I should be able to request like a good 100 of these and they'll show up almost instantly. Yup, that's pretty instant. I love it. That's cool. And look, we even have fuses. We must have gotten these from request rewards somewhere. Boop. And then you can do the thing. Nice. So I think it would be smart real quick just to add a bunch of crafting recipes for all the things we might need. So I definitely want to get our cables here. And I have to remember how to get rubber in a smart way. I think it was slime balls, wasn't it? I think it was slime balls. Yeah, you smelt latex. Smelted latex. Or separating in a centrifuge, which we're not quite... Or an energized smelter. Can smelt any slime balls. Okay. Yeah, no, I vote we do this and just say forget the other thing because we have so many slime balls, right? I think we have plenty that we could get all the rubber we need. That should be fine. And then I know that there's batteries we're gonna want. Those are single-use batteries. I want regular old batteries. Gonna throw these wherever. Cool. So what do we got here? We actually have a geothermal generator. Where did I get all these FTB Industrial Contraptions things from? Did I get them from quest rewards somewhere? Is there a quest chapter for this? Industrial foregoing, thermal create, all the power. Yeah. I don't see anything, right? So I have no idea where all this stuff came from. I assume some kind of quest reward. But what I wouldn't mind having is more geothermal generators, right? So for that, we're going to need a basic generator, which is an iron furnace. All right, let me get this stuff made. And how about 4 of them to start? That sounds cool. Sure. One, two, 3 of those, and then geothermals. We're going to need some fluid cells. And I probably could use a healthy bit more glass. Nice. Cool. All right. And then we're probably going to want some form of infinite lava generation. Now, we obviously have, you know, this stuff down here happening, which is fine. Though ironically, it's... Do I even need these dynamos anymore? I'm going to say no, right? Like, can we just forget that this even... I would argue that that's no longer necessary. Would you all agree with that assessment? I don't think we necessarily need any of that no more. Yeah, because we've got this guy creating power and this guy creating power. I don't see a need for that guy creating power. But what I will do is question where all my lava is going at the moment. So are you guys filling up with lava now? Is that what's happening? I would expect you all to be filling up with lava. Cool. So then let's get an ender tank for lava. And what I'll do is I'll get 6 red dye. And stick that there. Okay, so now we've got lava. Cool. I like it. And that'll feed our geothermal. And then that'll feed our power gen, right? So, cool. All right, so I think I've gone ahead and taught it most of the things I needed to know. So, with that in mind, let's pop into our dimension for this stuff. So we're going to want our geothermal generator. We're going to want our ender tank. Now, here's a question for you guys. Will you auto output? Super good question. So if I did something like this and then clicked you, hey, that's what's up. That's what I was going for. Awesome. Now, in theory, all the geothermals are making 20 power per tick, right? 20 power per tick. And then for cables, you can handle 32. And then these guys can handle 128. So I feel like I should use MV cables, right? It really doesn't matter because resources is not a problem for me. So in theory, I should be able to do this. Yeah. Now everything's off right now because all the batteries are full, right? Cool. All right. So now if I did MV, is there like an MV battery box? There is. Look at that. Cool. I need energy crystals. Which don't look too bad, actually. So MV battery box needs energy crystals times 4. Now, generally speaking, and I should be able to do this. Okay. And then, is there a wrench from FTB? Really? No? There we go. I want the power coming out the back, right? So now are all you guys draining your energy into the battery box? Yes, it looks like you are. Cool. And then I can run MV power along the back here, and then that'll power the machines. Now, as a reminder, we want to be cognizant of the whole LV versus MV thing. So there's 2 approaches we can have to that. We can put an MV transformer here, which is probably where I'll start. So LV brings in 128 and puts out 32. So that's probably where I'm going to want to be, right? And for now, let's get some more low voltage cables. Okay. So I should be able to do something like this. And I assume that you will take energy in and spit that energy out. Cool. And then we'll have a nice buffer there. Works for me so far. And then maybe eventually we'll use LV transformers. All right, so are there any specific machines that I need to get going? So realistically, our goal here with FTB Industrial Contraptions, right, is to make the LV solar panel. So block of netherite we don't need. Large coolant cell, tin, and dense copper plates. So I need a compressor, right? I need a compressor. And we may want to have auto crafting come into this dimension, so we might use a quantum singularity to create the dimensional thing, right? Might not be a bad idea. Do I need to chunk load this area? I think so, right? Might not be a terrible idea. Okay, so I definitely need a compressor. What else will we need to get going here? Medium coolant cells, small coolant cells. I need to figure out how to make fluid cells with water. I can just right-click empty cells onto a sink, and that'll get me water. I just need to find a thing that'll right-click for me. Worst case, I could use integrated dynamics, right? What else do we need to make for our EV solar? We need the antimatter for sure. HV solar needs graphene, which is compressed cobalts, which is again a compressor. Okay, that doesn't look too bad. I need iridium circuits. Iridium alloys. We found some iridium, didn't I? So we should add graphene to our to-do list so we know how to make that. And then iridium, I think, has EMC. Well, that's cool. That's cool. I think we found iridium, didn't we? We don't have it in there, but correct in thinking that I can do this? Nope. What can I do with you? I can smelt you, and that's about it. I can enrichment chamber you, but I can't go any higher than that? Okay. Cool. And then we should make sure to get at least some iridium for... Oh, I just happen to have a multiple of... What was it, 4? But let's store one of these in there. Nice and learned. Cool. So iridium shouldn't be a problem for us. So we definitely need a compressor. That's one of the few blocks that we need so far to get this going. Energy crystals are auto-craftable. LV solars. All this looks pretty easy. Okay. So that, and then the antimatter. Which I have to remember how that works. How do we get antimatter again? I think we need to... there's a machine for antimatter, isn't there? I know this one. Antimatter constructor. Makes sense to me. And isn't there a thing to make scrap? Don't we want scrap of some kind? Okay, that doesn't look too bad. Carbon plates also need compressors. Okay, so we definitely need a compressor. That's the very least, right? Let's get auto crafting inside our dimension. Does that sound cool? So for that, we're going to need applied energistics 2s, quantum link chambers, and quantum rings. I have to kind of remember how this works, but we'll figure it out. So you and you. So for you, do you know how to make these things? You don't know how to make Fluix pearls, and you don't know how to make energy cells. But now you do. Cool. All right, so that means I should be able to craft the quantum link chamber, and I think I want 2 of those. Let's see if I remember this correctly. I might be wrong. I might not. We'll find out. A little bit of crafting, but not too terrible. Only 30-ish of those. But if I remember correctly, so let's see. If I use this, does this tell me the use? That just tells me the simple way to get it. Where's those quantum dudes? Quantum entanglement to create 1 ender dust and cause an explosion within range. Cool. So we're going to want some tiny TNT, if I remember correctly. Ender Pearl Dust. Yeah. So, you. I'm sure we have 16 and 64 singularities. I do. Holy cow, did I have a lot of them. Yep. Lots and lots. So you can go away, and then let's get a button of some kind. Turn that off. Nah. Just the tiniest amount of explosion. But that got me... No? Did that not work? Or did I not pick it up? Did that not work? Did I do that wrong? One singularity and one ender dust and cause an explosion within range of the items. Yeah, I did that, didn't I? Maybe I used the wrong ender dust? I mean, it might be the AE2 ender dust that I need to make. I might have used the wrong ender dust. What do we think? Possibly? Just an inscriber. We'll start with those two and see how that goes. Yeah, I'm guessing maybe it was, you know, the wrong ender dust. So let's get another tiny TNT and see if that helps. Yeah. That's better. Sweet. All right, so then your quantum entangled singularities are good. Now, if I remember correctly, what we're going to want to do... Let's do this. Can I get another controller? From AE2? Why am I not seeing it? There it is. So to get skystone blocks, we need to smelt skystone. Which is what? Skystone dust in lava. I can remove you for the time being, yes. That'll do. Until we run out of lava. How's that sound? Alright, or just, I'm good now. Okay. So now, controller from AE2. It's funny, I still can't find it here. There it is. Just hard to see. What do you want from me? Because we're going to want more channels. Well, ish. Probably wouldn't be terrible. So you've got 12 of 32 online, right? How many are in use here? One? What goes down there? Literally just using one channel? Oh, it's that guy. Okay. Literally only using one channel. Well, maybe I'll hold off on expanding the controller then. Because what I could do is... I should probably set up an area. Let me get some bricks. And a building gadget. How about a good old build to me? And then that sound cool? Works. And then you can come down here. So we would need a P2P tunnel. And we would need the memory card, which is in here somewhere, presumably. And let's load this guy up. And then what I'm going to have with some cables, I think I remember how this works, but I might be wrong, but we'll find out. Actually, I probably want a few of these. Enough for now. So let's run. And what we want is this and this. And this should form a multi-block. It does. We put one side of the quantum link on here. And then I think we want to connect to here, right? So if I did this and I loaded this memory guy in, is that enough for him to connect, or do I have to put a cable in between there? I'm not sure. I honestly don't know. Oh, that's interesting. It says carried cables on the tooltip. So you can see how many channels are in there? So we no longer need an intermediary? Oh, look at that. Carried channels 1. That's kind of cool. Carried channels 17. That's kind of nice, actually. That's really nice. All right, so you're online and you're ready to roll. Now let's go to the other side and build the equivalent over there. Now, the only question is, I don't know if I have to power the other side. I guess we'll find out. But let's pop in there. I might need an energy acceptor and a flux network, but I can handle that. Why do you look... That looks better, right? Is that right? I think that's right. So what I'll do is I'll build this here. Cool. And then we'll channel out. Or no, actually, we don't even need that, to be honest with you. We just need this. And we should be cool. Now, you are saying offline, but if I stick you in here, are you online or no? I'm assuming you might need power. So if we got an energy acceptor... and we got a flux point, that might be cool. Network booting, device online. Okay, cool. Cool. Now, if we got a compactor, compressor, sorry, my bad. Make the things for me, would you? Thank you. Stuck you there. And we probably want an ejector if we can. And what if I told you to eject out the top? Is that how it works? Yeah, we'll figure that out. How come you have no power? Shouldn't you have power? You might want to have power. Maybe once I got something in the compressor, it would work. So how about we take an example of carbon plates? So is coal dust something I know how to make? Nope. We should get some of that going. Coal dust. So there's charcoal dust, there's coal dust from contraptions, which is just the macerator, or coal dust from mechanism, which the crusher can make. Hopefully that, or dictionaries appropriately. Yeah. hopefully. And then I know we also wanted copper plates, which I'm assuming I can get from the multi-turbo press, right? Because we want dense copper plates, so we can get that from the servo press. So first things first, let's see about getting... So what do we know we need to make in here, right? In order to get this guy, we needed the dense copper plate in a compressor. And we do need fluid cells still. And then we needed carbon plates, right? Because we needed graphene, which is a compressed coal ball. Okay. And then everything else should be pretty straightforward. Carbon plates we have on our to-do. So let's get this stuff going in the auto crafting, right? So carbon plates is this. So this is a compressor recipe. That's a manual craft recipe. Also a manual craft recipe. So that's covered. Dense plates. That's now covered because we already taught it how to make regular plates. Fluid cells we'll get around to. You are a regular craft recipe. You are a compressor recipe. You are a regular craft recipe. And that should be cool. So now I put these guys somewhere in here. Okay. These will go into the pattern processor. And we'll see how this works out. That should be craftable. Sweet. I still have to teach it water, though, because that needed water things, and I made them manually in between segments here. I might throw an overclocker upgrade in there, too. No, not overclocker. Transformer upgrade, so that he can accept MV power. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. What I'll do is I'll get some more MV cable. Forget the transformer bit. Right? What we'll do is I'll just put the transformer upgrade directly in there, and then that'll be fine. And he should have no problem accepting power. Hey, that now at least even has power, so that's cool. So then you go here with the 3 dudes there. And in theory, I should have no problem with that. So now, am I correct in assuming that I can request one of these? Start. I mean, he sees it, so that tells me the network's online, right? So he's making the copper plates that we need first, and then he's going to make the dense copper plate, and that should be cool. And then the only question is if the auto-eject will do what I want it to do. Now, I should be able to throw these overclockers. Nice. And it did auto-eject. Even better. Well, that's cool. How cool is that? That works. Awesome. Awesome. All right, so let's wrap up here. We'll come back next episode. We'll finish getting everything needed for the EV Singular solar panel, probably focusing on antimatter. I have to remember how the antimatter constructor works, but I remember it's kind of like the old IC2 in that you want to feed it scrap and then it'll run faster kind of deal. I just have to remember, details. For now, Delta 20 sign off. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Take it easy.